Okay, with me I have Barbara Traynor. Barbara has been on the show before. She's got a new twist on retirement. Let's tell our viewers about it.
Hello, Ann. It's great to be here today, and I want to congratulate you for having your pulse on what goes on in the tri-state area.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I have a second edition of my book, Second Career Volunteer. And the reason I did the second edition was to point out to people what I learned along the 3 years of giving presentations about my book. What I found was that it's not only for retirees, it's for the boomers coming up, it's for those who have been displaced by our erratic financial crisis, with organizations and companies downsizing, and it's for college students, which I really
you give
didn't
options
know.
of things to do.
Yes.
And if you're between jobs, it might be something to...
Right, and what I do is volunteer at organizations that give free room and board. Granted, there's no income, but there's very little outgo. And what the college students get are, they don't have to live with mom and dad. They can go volunteer for whatever period of time they work out with the coordinator. And they actually add to their resume because they're working with their skills that they have learned in college or on their way to college. And
so they can kind of pick and choose on these. Now, is there a list of places to go? I mean, how would you find out about it?
That's why I did. Yes, that's why I did the second edition, because the internet changes every minute. And in the back of the book, the back of the first edition was an A to Z index of organizations to start with. And because people say, well, what can I? Where's an umbrella that I can be under? Well, there isn't any. It's word of mouth still. But I give an A to Z index of organizations to start where you can go, contact the volunteer coordinator, and work out whatever time parameters you have, responsibilities. They all give you room and board. I was in Alaska for a year. I didn't have to cook for a year. But I've been to Alabama in the National Park Service. I've been to a school in Albuquerque and Heifer International out in Arkansas. And it's all a wonderful way of getting out and giving back on a budget.
I'm sure you're meeting some wonderful people along the way.
I meet all kinds of people. And my scope of where to stay, I visit people going, I visit people coming, and it's just a healthy lifestyle for me. I leave Albany around New Year's, which is not rocket science, and I come back at the end of May or June. You don't have to do it for that long.
Well, it's something that you can kind of mold to your lifestyle.
Yes, you can.
Is this a new movement?
No, it's actually been around for a long time. My first book came out in 2009. This was an update to further encourage people and give them other options. Next year I'm going to the YMCA of the Rockies. Who knew? They have a big conference center out there. And they use lots of volunteers. So all of that was updated in the back of the book. And as an offshoot of that, the book was published the first time with Troy Bookmakers, which is a small independent publisher in Troy. The second one, I went online and used Author House because I wanted a publicity package. Most authors have to do their own PR, and it is kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I've now started to do self-publishing workshops. And one is...
And where's you got one coming up?
Yes, one is going to be in September at the Art Center in Troy.
Okay.
Within the Tri-City area.
Yeah.
And because so many people say, oh, that's wonderful, and they get online and they start it, and then they realize there's much more involved.
Absolutely. Writing a book is one thing, and then to promote it, because anybody can write a book. Well, anybody can write one. It may not be a good one, but anybody can write a book, right?
There are lots of those online.
But the point is if you've got a good message, you want to be able to get the word out. So
yes, like our previous authors, and like mine. If you have something that people can do or be a part of, and they aren't aware of the option, it's all about options.
Right.
And putting your book online, as long as it is a is readable to a certain extent, is a great way to go. But it can be very confusing and time-consuming and frustrating and fun too.
Well, I love a book I can hold, first of all. So that's my first prerequisite, I guess, for books. I like to be able to hold them. Maybe I'll get into the 21st century, but I'm not sure if I'll make that transition. So if someone wants to buy the book, how do they get it?
Online at www.secondcareervolunteer.com.
Okay.
From Amazon, Author House, also from local bookstores. They can just walk in and ask for it, and it will be there.
And they'll get it for him. Okay, good. Well, it's really a new way of looking at retirement, and if you don't have a lot of money, maybe this is a way to go, that you can, when all your friends tell you about all the traveling they're doing, you can start telling them that you've been to Albuquerque and Alaska.
And Alaska and Florida and all kinds of places.
I think this is a great idea, so maybe you want to check into that. Barbara, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.